Hi friends, welcome back to
Wish You Love Podcast.
I'm Jazmine.
And I'm Marilyn.
And thank you guys so much for tuning into today's episode. And happy May!
Woo! Springtime. Spring is here.
Yes.
I'm realizing I do love springtime. I love summer too, but I think spring's a close second because it's nice and not even too hot. It's a really nice time.
We're like in that midst of like the nice spring and like almost summer.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's like the tease month of a little bit of both. Like knowing that summer's around the corner, but it's still
spring, yeah.
Weather's still cool.
Graduation season. Yeah. Already.
Lots.
Oh my gosh.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in to today's episode. Today we're going to be talking about making room for love for those around you. But before we dive deep into that topic and conversation for today, we're going to start off with an opening question. And it's really just going to be like a catch up.
Yeah, catch up.
Just a little bit about sharing with you guys and with each other, like what's been going on. Do you want to kick us off, Marilyn?
Yeah, sure. So full on, as you guys heard from the last two episodes of me just recently being engaged, got engaged on March 9th. And so what I've been doing right now has been just like vlogging a lot, which has been so nice. I used to vlog back in the day, Disneyland vlogs and stuff like that. And then I stopped during the pandemic and I started Twitch streaming. And then I stopped because of the master's program. And then, so when I did my first vlog and edited it, because I edit for this podcast, but it's a different type of editing style for a vlog. And I was like, wow, like I was actually having fun doing it. And it was really, really, really nice. And so my vlog channel is full throttle if you guys want to check that out. And just planning for the wedding, securing the church, secured past tense, secured the church, secured the venue, and just like all that stuff. And like asking my girls and stuff that hasn't happened yet, but like asking my girls and just so excited for all of these things. And really, I think throughout this process so far, what I have really learned to do, because like I said in the first episode the first episode of this, me being engaged, was that there's a lot of opinions coming around. And so just remembering if I don't want that, I don't want that. And the answer is no. And keeping boundaries up. People don't realize that the things that they request is stressful for brides because we're already juggling so much and we're trying to make our vision come to life. And if you're having 30 people plus giving their own envisionment, well, can we have this? Can we have that? Can I bring this? Can I, okay, wait. So it's like, it can be a lot. So what I've been learning to do is only tune in to the people that are really important, like our parents and each other. And my bridesmaids, obviously, I value their opinions. But everyone else is kind of like, okay, thank you. I appreciate what you're saying, but I'm still going to do what I'm going to do. Don't boss me around. Because I think people think I'm easy to boss around because I'm nice. But I for sure have been stern with people up to this point.
Yeah, no, I think boundaries are super important in this next chapter because, yeah, I don't know what it is about weddings where people just tend to
feel entitled,
opinionate more, and tend to show sometimes a different side of themselves that you wouldn't expect. And I don't know, like, again, what it is about wedding, but stay true to your vision, your plans, and either put those boundaries or just in through one ear, out through the other.
Yeah, that's
just let it go.
Really it. It's because people sometimes will tell me things and they're like, okay, cool, like I'm gonna do that. I'm like, wait. Chill, slow down, you know?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. And it's for the other people who genuinely are just so excited, like, oh, I can help with this. Like, that's great. And I love it. And just like being sure that the people that want to be involved in the wedding why are they doing it? What are their intentions? Are they doing it for something or are they doing it just for the kindness of their heart? Because although I appreciate and I accept all forms of help, right? Because weddings are expensive and very time consuming, prepping for things. Yeah. So if you want to help, that's so lovely. But I hope it's just for the sake of like you wanting to help, not for something.
Yeah. 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 I get that. I'll be praying for you.
Thank you. Yeah,
everything.
It's not too much. Like I said, I think I said this before I was even engaged of being a bridezilla and stuff like that. And you know what I think it is that because I don't think I'm a bridezilla, but I think I'm very stern with what I want, and it comes off sometimes harsh. So like, for example, this is a perfect example for the engagement party. This was a conversation. Me, my mom, Anthony's mom, and Anthony was there. And my mom, if you think I'm a lot, which if you do, you do. My mom's like 10 times more. Like my mom's like, all right, what are the flowers? What are they? I'm like, whoa. I just got engaged like 20 minutes ago. Like this was like right after I got engaged. So my mom, I love her to death, and she's been helping me so much. And so I appreciate her. But there are some things where I'm like set on like, this is what I want. Like other things I'm more lenient. Like with my stepdad, I'm like, I want a lowrider, but I trust, because he's paying for it, I trust what you think. And I respect your taste. I know you're not going to do me wrong. So type of thing. So I'm lenient on some things. But like, for example, I had told my mom, and we didn't even do this. We changed it. But at the time for my engagement party, I wanted to do what Jazmine did, but we didn't do this. But I wanted to do, so Jazmine at hers, she had a buffet of like food. And so she had each like couple or a table come up, take a picture, go get your food, come up, and I want to do that because I wanted to ensure that I got pictures with everybody. I didn't do that. But so my mom's like, or she's like, we can play a game and whoever gets like the answers right goes and gets their food. And I was like, no. And she's like, or like, I can like convince you. I'm like, no. And then Anthony's mom's like, because she's like a little awkward, but I was being very stern of like, I didn't want that. She's like, it could be fun. You don't be a buzzkill. Like it could be fun. I was like, well, that's not what I want. So no, like straight up, like straight face, like that's not happening. And it can come off very bridezilla. And that was just like a minuscule moment of like, love my mom. She did nothing wrong in that moment. She just had an idea and she really liked her idea, but I didn't like the idea. So I turned it down. And she tried to keep pushing for it. I was like, no. So it's like moments like that of like staying true to what I want. I didn't even end up doing that. I changed it. But staying true to what I want is important. So I'm learning to put my foot down with things.
I love that. Yay. Wedding mode. Yeah, well, I think I'm the same. Catch up with me is definitely, at this point, I'm 3 months away from my big day. Goal is to really wrap things up this month. So
Next
that
month
I
is your
enjoy.
bridal shower.
Yeah.
Gosh.
So the goal is to really wrap things up by this month so that I can enjoy the next things that are to come. In this month, I have my couples retreat. So Angel and I are getting married through the Catholic Church. Our father priest is telling us that he wants us to go do a 3-day couple retreat where we stay 3 days. It's like a full day. I think the first day we have to be there by 5 p.m. and we don't end till midnight. So it's a long day. Like really, that's just day one. And then the next morning, I think we have to be up for breakfast by like 6 or 7 a.m. to start classes at 8. So it's going to be long days, but from everything that I hear, it's probably one of the best experiences because you're really not only like praying and like with God, but you're really diving deep into like family and like how we want to raise and politics and just anything you can think of. From my understanding is what they're going to like really deep dive in and like really making sure that we're both on the same page for August in terms of getting married and this commitment that it is. So that's this month. June's my bridal shower, so that's going to be so much fun, just really wrapping things up, spending time with all my close girlfriends and like all the women in my life and the women attending my wedding, so that's going to be really fun. July is my batch. We're doing a co-ed in Palm Springs, Coachella area, so that's going to be so much fun. We have, my bridesmaids, Angel's groomsmen, and then we opened it up to their partners if they have a partner, which I'm so excited because even though they're not bridesmaids or groomsmen necessarily, they're still people that Angel and I respect and admire and love. And so it's really special that we get to spend time with them and have them be a part of it too. July is also the month where we're getting married by the court or legally getting our marriage license and whatnot. We have to do that 30 days before the wedding. So sometime in July, we haven't decided the date yet or the location, but knowing me, probably still a little extra. So gonna make it something cute. I'll wear white. We'll do something. And then, yeah, August is the big day. So it's really exciting. I have my wedding. And then the next day, I haven't told you, or maybe I did, but we're flying to Hawaii. So yeah, so it's set. So even that, like trying to, kind of plan my outfits for that and trying to plan the itinerary, because it's literally, we fly the next morning. I think we have to be at the airport by 8 a.m. So yeah, it's going to be back to back, but nonetheless, so exciting. I think also happy to share that we're in the process of looking for our casita, moving in and finding our place together. We just got approved for this location that we've been looking at where my grandma lives. And it was a whole process. Like we had to fill in an application and we had to interview with the property manager, just to make sure that, we were a good family. We were going to be a good fit for the community. And so we got approved. So that's super exciting, because now it's just a matter of
waiting for
approval, availability, and just figuring out all those little details, which my mom keeps warning me, like, it's going to be a lot, because it's a lot of credit score checks and background check and deposit here and putting this and that. But I'm honestly really, really blessed that I have my mom helping me and guiding me, and my dad. And so it's almost like a team effort. We're all doing it together. But yeah, I think that's been the main updates for sure. Wedding planning, making sure everything is tidy up and ready so that I can just enjoy these next moments, and really taking into account now our future home that we've been praying about, and we know that God's going to give us a beautiful place. And we're just so excited to just see it all kind of come into life, and just to see this is finally the house, and wow, it's finally retreat week and everything like that. So yeah, those updates on me.
I love that. And yeah, you made me think of, I forgot to mention, weddings are so expensive. It's so expensive. There was this one place in Long Beach that I was looking at, and just for food alone, it was $24,000 just for food alone. That wasn't including the $9,000 for just using the place. And then they made everybody have to have valet. So it was $100 each person, 100 person minimum. That's not including the bar. That's not including the cake. That's not including I was like, oh my gosh. That's when I got a little moment. And I feel the same. I feel so blessed to have my mom too, and my dad and my stepdad helping, because in this day and age, weddings are extremely expensive for dumb reasons. They're really $24,000 for food. You're tripping.
Have you seen those memes where it's as soon as you say the word wedding, it's okay, that's $5,000.
Yeah, and there's fees coming out the butt.
Right. Yeah. Just because of the word wedding.
That's it.
That just triggers people to
it's
up the
horrible.
price.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's disgusting.
But
I hate it.
I mean, a fun fact or thing that I can share. Don't quote me though, because something about me, and I posted this actually the other day on my Instagram story, is as a Gemini June baby, I feel like I have all these ideas always in my head, and I'm always I want to do this and I want to do that, and this is the next thing, but they're just in my head. Do I ever really pull through and be oh yeah, it depends, I guess.
Yeah.
But the one thing I want to do, because I see the beauty in this wedding planning, and I can say I'm definitely type A bride. I feel if everything is executed the way I envision it, my engagement party was exactly how I wanted it.
Very
now
good.
I'm gonna my bridal shower and my this and that. But if I can do it, I definitely would love to offer these services in the future to other people.
We talked about that.
Yeah, for weddings. One, because now that I'm going through it, I see how it is, and it's okay, let me I do it for a living. I've been enjoying my process so far. I think I can bring it. But then also because I think that sometimes brides need that reassurance of I wouldn't overcharge, because I'm I know it, I know how expensive it can be, and sometimes reassuring them just don't get scared when you hear the $24,000 for just food. It's okay, let's focus on what matters. And it's like what you envision, what's your budget, and like just making it as special as you can. So yeah, that's a goal. So stay tuned, y'all. If I do it, if I do it, and if I don't, I don't know. But
one thought in your head.
I would, yeah.
Very good, yeah.
Yeah, but
yeah, definitely it takes time to find your place. Like when Anthony and I, and you, if you tune in with my vlogs, I vlogged it, we found our place and we just knew, like, that was it. This is it. I don't need to look at it anymore. And people would probably advise against that, but I was like, no, I know what I want, and this is it. I want this. So I was like, and Anthony was on the same board, which I was so happy about. He's like, no, I was ready to give him my money now. Like, say, like, can we put the deposit? Can we, but we had to at the time wait for the church first. And so, yeah. But I was going to say, before we get into your message, do you have any tips for like the engagement party? Like something that you wish that you would have done, or something you really like that you did for your engagement party?
No, I don't think so. Okay. I think it really came out exactly how I envisioned it and like wanted it.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, I think the only thing for me that we did that I enjoyed a lot, and I would advise maybe others, but again, this is all preference. We really limited alcohol. Like, we didn't have like, I kept saying it's an engagement party, and then as the night was going on, I realized it was not a party. It was more of a celebration dinner.
Yeah, celebration dinner.
And like, I loved that. Like, for me, like, I was like, this is what I wanted. Like, I didn't want drunks. I didn't want, people spilling things everywhere. I didn't want like, I don't know. I didn't want like ratchet music and stuff. Like, I'm like, that's for the batch. Like, that's not for this. Like, I really wanted something like simple, elegant, and classy. And I feel like alcohol was one of the ways that I was able to accomplish that. Because there was no like, I remember Angel's brother being like, do y'all have any beer? And it's like, no, we don't. Like, you can get wine or you can have water and soda. Yeah. Like, this is all we have. Or champagne. But I personally really love that because I'm like, this is not a time. And again, everyone's different. And maybe your vibe is, I want to get drunk and I want to celebrate. Or I want to see my theals like happy and like drinking and stuff. And that's up to you and what you like.
Your discretion,
I guess. But for us, it was like, that was such a distressor and like a good way to just be like, you can just have wine and you can still get buzzed with the wine, but it's a different type of buzz and it's a more classy way. Yeah.
Yeah. Rather than shot.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I didn't want shots. Yeah. I didn't want none of that. I just wanted it.
I think the thing is though, with shots is like, cause we're going to have an open bar. I think the thing is like, for example, me and Jazmine kind of have shots and we have a ball. We have a great time, but then like other people have shots and they can't control themselves.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's a maturity thing. Like, know when's your limit. When you feel tipsy, you're like, okay, let me start munching on some snacks. Let me start drinking some water.
Yeah.
And enjoy myself rather than like, again. Like, it's just demasiado. Like, it's too much. Like, people need to carry themselves with, like grace.
Yeah. And I think for us too, it was like our first time we were bringing our families like, together.
Yeah.
That it's like, whenever there's alcohol, it can go both ways. Like, it can go good or it can go bad. Yes. And so I know for us, it was like, we're not going to deal or worry about that. Like, we just want to keep it like simple.
Keep it simple. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess that's my one thing. Like, alcohol, if you can or want to, control it. Make sure that no one's throwing up or spilling or, being like loud.
For sure.
And then the one thing I've carried throughout my whole like wedding journey has just been simplicity. Like, simplicity is so much better. Like, I know for like my desserts, and again, preference, like, I was cool with just having cupcakes, cookies, and cake. And I don't even think I cut the cake. I think cake was more for like decor. So,
you guys ate it though.
Yeah.
Later.
Yeah. But it was just the simplicity of knowing like, oh, like, this is the two things we offer. These are the two things you can eat. Most of it was gone. Great. Like, that was awesome. Yeah. Versus offering or having to worry about the Madelines and the cake pops and this and that. But again, that was just preference.
You know what's funny is that you know how like you have like recuerdos for like every party. You have like something that people can remember the party for.
Party favors.
The party favors. And so I don't like recuerdos. I always think, and this isn't anything about Jazmine, hers at her wedding that she's told me, beautiful, amazing choice. For the Madelines, loved it, ate it. Yeah. It's good. But usually people throw it away. You know, it's usually just thrown out. And again, not Jazmine's. Hers were great choices. But I just never, I always seen it as a waste of money. Like, I just didn't. So for my engagement party, my recuerdo is on each place setting, because we actually have assigned seating. So for each place, and I did that on purpose, for each place setting, everyone got a scripture card. So each one was a scripture, and it has beautiful flowers on it. It's so gorgeous. And each one got a different scripture, each person. I was like, what better remembrance than the word of God? That's the best gift I can give you. Because maybe some people have never read it before, and they get a scripture that actually hits them with something that they're going through. Maybe they came and they felt ugly in their dress and they felt fat or something like that, and then they see the scripture, you are beautifully, wonderfully made. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and so that was like my recuerdo, but it wasn't like a recuerdo because it's literally just like a card, but it's something that each person is going to get. I got 60 of them, and so that was mine. Yeah. So, and it's very, I think, personalized to me and who I am and who we are, and me and Anthony. But I picked it. But yeah.
No, that's beautiful. Yeah. Like, I love it. It's beautiful because it is true. I feel like gift party favors sometimes are thrown away, especially if they have your name. Like, I get the beauty from
the moment,
our end of being like, oh, it's so cute, it has our name and our date, like it's personalized. But coming from like a guest perspective, like yeah, it's cute, but it's like maybe not something they would want to keep at their home, because it's like, well, that's your like second cousin who like you only see on like certain, I don't know, times. It's like, why do I still have a shot cup that says Jazmine and Angel? I haven't seen them, or I don't know. I know with party favors, I think I'm also big on like something that they will use and throw away. Like, just give something that's like a
the Madeline
for the moment. Yeah, like a food. I'm even like that with like
chocolate.
I'm even like that with like souvenirs. Like, I rarely bring my parents like physical souvenirs. Is usually like, oh, they were known for sourdough bread, so I brought you sourdough bread. Or like, oh, like these are the cookies like that they're known for, so I brought this to you. But I think yours is so beautiful because this is a message that we'll talk about later. Not this episode, maybe like another episode, but I just learned about like how you doing this and letting kind of spreading God's word and letting God in a way like tell you where to put things without knowing. It's like he's using you as his vessel. And like, I'm sure out of the people that were there, like someone, at least one, I'm sure more, but at least one, like it hit. And it's exactly the words that they needed. Yeah. So, no, that's beautiful. I love that.
And I was even thinking at the time, I was like, oh, if somebody like leaves it, or I'm like, shoot, I'll take it. Because I actually going to order it again because I loved them when they came in the mail. I was like, oh, these are so cute. I wanted all of them. Yeah. So I'm going to order them again just for myself. And like, I can pass out if I see somebody who needs a positive message, or just keep them for myself. Or so it was something that I was like, even if people leave it, I'm like gonna take it because I love it. I'm like, I'll take it.
That's beautiful, Marilyn. I had seen, this will be my last wedding thing because I feel like we keep going on a tangent. But I had seen also, there was a point these past couple months where Angel and I were talking about guest book.
Where they sign in?
Yeah. And like the traditional way is just to have like literally a book where they write, or like sometimes like a photo album where they write. Remembering to keep that personal to you guys and like what you want. I can tell you right now, we're not having that. Like, we're changing it up because we just were like, that's a book we're probably just gonna toss and we'll never like see. Like, we'll probably put it in the closet and like, I don't know. It's not something we
can I give you my idea? Maybe you might steal it.
I already got ours.
Okay, well, what is it?
We're doing Angel and I are big on games. I feel like that's our thing.
Like card games.
Card games. And we want to host, especially once we have our casita. So we're doing playing cards.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so the front has our photo, our name, and our date. And then on the back, people can write on a Sharpie their message.
Oh, how cute.
And that way when we play poker or we do something, we'll always
I love that.
use them and stuff.
I love that. Yeah, because that's personalized to you.
Exactly.
And precious. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. Do you have yours thought
Yes.
out? Okay, because I was going to tell you one.
Oh, go ahead.
think
Maybe somebody might like it.
Is it the Bible?
No. Highlighting.
Yeah.
No, because I don't think enough people in my life
Wouldn't know it.
They're like, let me look at John 3:16. Like, no, I don't think people are.
That's true. Because
I think it's gonna be there. They're like, what's this?
We
for?
did think about that, but we thought the same thing. That is so true. We were like,
I have a few family members, but like 5.
Yeah. Okay. JK. But what is yours?
Okay. So mine, I got this before I was engaged, of course. I went to Disneyland. And I knew this years prior what I wanted. I said, because me and Anthony's Disney movie, not Disney Princess or Prince movie, but just a general Disney movie, our movie is Up. So I wanted to get the Up book of us. And so I wanted to make that book a scrapbook. So I wanted people to sign their names. And so like I will put a picture of us in the middle, and then like people can sign their name, like congrats, things like that. So I'll see if I can execute this. For sure, the book will be used. I already have it. But what I want to do is, because we're going to take our pictures, our engagement photos in Hawaii, and I want to print them out, put them in I don't have to decorate it. I just put the picture on each pagina, like each page. And there will be like a little sign, like, please sign us like a lovely message for our scrapbook. And so later I'll add on our wedding pictures to this book, but essentially it's going to be a photo album of our pictures. And so people around the picture can write, we love you, and like put their names. Like, so that's how I want to do it. If I can't, if let's say time is running of the essence, then I will still use that book, but just for people to sign and put their name in. Yeah.
So it's the Up book. The adventure is out there.
Yeah, that's cute. Because that's you
personalized.
Guys.
Yes.
You want everything to be catered to you. And like, you know, your fiance. Like, you want to make sure everything is like something that makes sense for the both of you. Yeah, I know. That's so cute. There's so many like creative and like fun ways to do.
Yeah.
Like a guest book. I know, like, even Angel's sister did she left a Polaroid photo. And so they would take a photo.
That was too expensive. I was thinking that.
And then leave a message.
That's expensive.
Yeah. But
I was thinking, I'm like, that's a lot of money. And I'm like, what if somebody steals my little Polaroid camera? They're like, she don't need this.
Or sometimes, I mean, his sister did it because she had a smaller guest count.
Oh, I see.
But also it's like, you'll have those people who are like, well, I'm going to take one just of myself.
And then
just to take it.
Yeah,
and then, it's like, okay, well, that's, but that's like one film gone. Like, you know, or one photo.
No, they're expensive.
Also, and I want to do it for our wedding too, but we'll see because I don't want to forget it. But we also have the Up jug. So in the movie Up, they save money for their Paradise Falls. And so I have the jug. Anthony got it for me on our 3rd year anniversary. And I've been saving up that little jug for our wedding since he's got it for me. Just little dime, put it in. It's like only this high because it's a big jug. But I wanted to bring it to my engagement party and to our wedding, like honeymoon fund, like fill our Paradise Falls. And I know like a Theo will put in a 20, I put in a 10, you know, like it's a cute way to like get people involved. But again, I'm like, I hope nobody steals it. Like, you know, you never know. Not with like my family, but like people, I don't know. We have security, but like, you know.
Yeah.
It's ideas.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. Okay. We'll stop.
Yes, I'm sorry.
The wedding.
It's a lot.
I guess this is kind of what it's going to be like
season,
soon. Yeah.
Yes.
But we'll jump into the conversation. Hope you guys have been enjoying that. Okay, friends. So for today's conversation topic, I really want to talk about, like I mentioned in the beginning, the overall topic of just making room for love in your hearts and making room for love in your life. And this inspiration comes from Joel Osteen. As I was taking my little hot girl walk, doggy sitting my niece, and I popped it in and started listening. And if I'm being honest, I didn't even finish it. I think I got halfway and then I had to leave. But just listening to half of the episode, I really got inspired, and I really was like, oh my gosh, this is such a beautiful topic that I can relate to and that I have examples to share, that I wanted to come and share it here today on the pod. So essentially, making room for love in your hearts and in your life. I think oftentimes most human beings, we kind of have this idea of like what good looks like or who we want in our lives based off of looks or personality, dress, hobbies, or likes. I know that sometimes stems from like childhood or like things that we were taught as we were younger from our parents or from those around us, our families, or things we've seen on TV. And, especially right now with like, I always say social media, right? Because this is something we're all living and using, and it really does impact the way we think or the way we see certain things. It's important to, make room for love for those people that you encounter, and try not to necessarily go right based off of your judgment or checklist that we tend to have as human beings, right? I know an example here is regarding friendship. I can honestly say that I'm slightly guilty on this, where, in school, like I would be like, oh, she dresses like punk rock, I don't know, or like hood, like I'm like, I don't know if that's my vibe, like maybe not someone I'm gonna be friends with. Oh, this girl's more girly, she listens to Sabrina Carpenter, like, ooh, that's my girl, like let me like automatically like start talking to her. But in reality, it's like we're coming based off of judgment and just being like, oh, like no, like, I don't listen to that, like that's not my vibe, like nope. Or oh no, like she dresses like that. Or I know people even where they're like, I had seen or heard like people that are like, oh, parents are divorced, that's messy. Like that means the child's not on good, path or whatnot. And so I think we need to challenge ourselves to not have those lists or judgments already on our mind when it comes to like encountering people and making that room for them, because we really don't even know the person yet to be able to say, that's not someone I want to be with or whatnot. And I've specifically have been encountering this lately with church. As I go and as I continue to, be involved with my young adult ministry, and as I continue to like meet these new people, like if I'm being honest with you, I would say 60% of those people are definitely not my people. Like in terms of like who I would normally like think of. Like if I wouldn't have met them through church, like I don't know if I would necessarily approach them and be like, hey, like we should hang out, or like, hey, like what's your name? Like I'm Jazmine or whatever. And it's been so beautiful because even though they're not like me or like they're different in their own ways, like I've learned to make love and room for them because they bring such beauty to the table and such beauty and like friendship. And like, we may not hang out outside of church all the time, or, we're still not like super close, and that's okay. But there's still that feeling of love for one another and of acceptance and of like, oh, I'm excited to see you when we hang out again in 2 weeks, or, oh, like, how are you? Like, I genuinely want to know, like, how's everything going with you, and, what's new. And it's been so beautiful. And I really do think it is important to make that room and stop going based off of judgment or based off of what you think you need or what you want, and giving it a try to give others that same opportunity to show you like who they are before you necessarily say like, nope, cut, or like, nope, not it. Another beautiful example, and I was sharing with Marilyn before we recorded this, is relationships. Like I think relationships sometimes, like we talked about this in the last episode, and it was, making sure that you guys align in values. I think that's a non-negotiable. I think that's very important. When it comes to like looks, well, looks are important too, but when it comes to like I said, like certain traits or certain hobbies that you want in a person, like there is beauty in like giving people a try that don't necessarily have that. I know like with me and my fiance, like we were not each other's type, and we always share that with people. Like I never imagined myself marrying an introvert because I'm such an extrovert that I'm like, I always had likes for people that were like extroverted or that were involved on campus and involved in school. And it was always such a thing for me. Like, I'm like, ooh, like I want to talk to him. Like he's in a fraternity. Like, oh my God, like he's out there, like he's networking. Like, oh my God, I want to like date this guy. Like he plays football in high school. Like, wow, like he's putting himself out there. And like, that was always like one of the things I had in my mind. Like, oh, like I want an extrovert. I want someone who puts himself out there on campus, at work and everything. And Angel is not that. Like he's such a sweet boy, and he's such an introvert. And he becomes an extrovert on his own terms or in his own ways. But that wasn't something that I was like, oh no, like I can't. Like he didn't check that box off. Like, like I'm not going to date him, or I'm not going to talk to him. Like, despite that being one of the things that like he wasn't my type, I still gave it a chance. And I've learned the beauty and the love that he offers and like what he brings. 'Cause I love having someone that sometimes like just allows me to kind of be my extrovertedness and like supports that and is like, woo, like I support you. I'm just gonna sit on the couch and like not say anything, but like I love you, like do your thing. And so like he's just like one example of also like love. Like it's not always about being 6'5" and like being a basketball player, like having the money to buy you everything and stuff. Like there's more to that, and like we need to learn to open ourselves up and offer love to those we may think aren't our type, whether that's friends or whether that's relationship or pets, right? Like sometimes you'd be surprised what you can get in life when you give people the opportunity, or the pets or anyone the chance. And there's truly beauty in everything in life. And that is why God created all these different types of breeds for dogs, and why maybe you might not think, or I might not think a Chihuahua is necessarily the cutest pet. They're cute though. If anyone has a Chihuahua, don't. I just, maybe not for me, but there's beauty in seeing like others open their hearts and take that. And who knows, maybe I'll open it and I'll end up loving that type of breed. Like, I don't know. But that's my main message. I feel like just really, really emphasizing to just make room for love. Make room for love with those around you. Make room for love with relationships, friendships, any new chapter you encounter, coworkers, like just making sure everyone gets that same opportunity of not being judged right away, and just loving them for who they are and for what they bring to the table.
Very lovely message, Jazmine. And we will link down that episode of Joel Osteen down below. And also the one that I'm going to mention right now, we'll also link that one down below, because it's literally similar messages, but yet such good episodes. You guys both should check out hers and then mine, both Joel Osteen. But so yeah, from just having a lens of loving and being open and giving room to people who maybe in your eyes are deemed undeserving of love, or in other people's eyes, but showing that mercy and showing that love, because God gives you that mercy and he gives you that love even when you're not deserving of it, and he just gives you that grace, right? And so there was this one story about this little boy. There was this farmer, he had some puppies. And so the puppies were really cute. He had a bunch of puppies and he was trying to sell the puppies. And so this little boy comes up to the farmer, and he only has 32 cents. And he goes up to the farmer and he says, "Hi, I would like to buy a puppy." And so he says, "Really? How much money do you have?" So he pulls out in his pocket, he has a bunch of change. And so the farmer knows it's not enough to buy a puppy, but he's like, "Oh, the little boy, he wants a puppy. I'll take his 32 cents. So he like counts each one to make him feel special. He's like, "That is just enough for a puppy." So he's like, all right. So the puppies are kind of like in a barn area. And so he opens up and the puppies come running out of the barn, and they're running. The little boy, he's standing there looking at all the puppies, and they look so cute. And then comes a puppy. He slides down the little ramp. He doesn't walk down like and run down like all the other dogs. He slides down. He kind of looks like he has a funny wobble to him. And it turns out the puppy, his leg it doesn't work, one of them. And so the little boy, he says, I want that puppy. And he says, oh, son, you don't want that puppy. That puppy will not be able to run with you. He won't be able to do all the things that you want to do with your puppy. Get another puppy. It's okay. Not that one. And he lifts up his pants and he shows a metal leg to the farmer. And he says, it's okay. He was made for me because I can't run that well either. I know this episode made me want to cry. And so again, showing a lens of love where somebody might deem him as undeserving, that puppy of love, undeserving of a good home, undeserving of an owner who loves him. But that little boy seen himself in the puppy and see that he was deserving of that love. And so again, looking at people and treating people with the lens of love, I agree with you, is so important. Because even though he has a metal leg, he could have totally still got a regular puppy. I mean, like, yeah, I want a regular puppy, but no, he showed mercy, he showed grace, and he showed love to that little puppy. Another example of this was a little boy. He's a little travieso. He was not quote unquote good little boy. And the teacher, the teachers always say, I love all my students. But truthfully, the teacher said he was her biggest problem. He was always distracted, his mind was always elsewhere. And so one day it was like Teacher's Appreciation Day or something like that. I might be wrong. Listen to the episode for the full in-depth story. But essentially, I think it was Christmas time and all the students had brought the teacher a present. So she sits down and she's opening up all the presents and has beautiful wrapping paper, beautiful bows. They really put time and money and energy into it. And then comes this present and it's wrapped in like a grocery paper bag, right? And she opens it and it's a bottle of cheap used perfume and a cheap bracelet that looks like some of the rhinestones are already out of it. And so when she opens it, the little kids giggle because they're like, who got her that, And it was like the little travieso who got her that. And so she, of course, as a teacher, you always act professional. And she's like, I love this. And she's like smelling the perfume. She's putting on the perfume. She's like, thank you so much. And she, thanks the little boy and she puts on the bracelet. She's like, wow, so beautiful. Thank you. Once she was done opening the presents and all the students went back to their desk and the little boy comes up to her and said, I'm glad you like the bracelet. It looks really good on you. It used to look really good on my mom too. And he's like, and that perfume, he's like, my mom used to wear that perfume every day. And she's like, well, thank you for the gift. But then she starts thinking, what happened to this little boy? So she starts doing research in the files and she sees kindergarten, trouble at home, doesn't pay attention in class, first grade, problems at home, like father doesn't seem to take notice, third grade, mother passed away, trouble with alcohol, something like that. And then here he is in fourth grade now. And so instead of judging that little boy and being hard on him, like he should be well behaved, he should do this, should do that, but he didn't have what the other kids have. When he went home, it was a hard life. And so the teacher came back, a new teacher, the following week, and she showed that little boy so much attention and so much love that when that little boy went to high school, sent a message to like a letter to his teacher, because she impacted him with her love. And he was like, I'm graduating second of my class, and thanking her for the love that she gave him as a little boy. And then he went on to graduate from university, and he said, I am graduating first of my class, and I'm just messaging you to thank you for pretty much setting that foundation of love. And then he said, he sent years later on, he's like, I'm a doctor now. I just finished and got my doctorate. So he was thanking her. And then when he got married, he sent her another letter that he would like her to be there during his wedding. And so it's so important. You never know, that type of love and that attention to people that may need it could be pivotal for their life. And so making room, like you said, for love is so important, and it could change someone's life. It changed that puppy's life. It changed that young boy's life, who all the other teachers, you know, and as teachers, you can't blame them, but, you know, it passed them by until somebody took note and showed love.
Yeah, that's the dog one really got to me. I mean, they both did, but the dog one. But yeah, there's, you know, I realize, like, there's so much beauty and love. Like, we've been on a, like, love train lately too, and I think this goes to show that it's not just, like, romantic love that's, like, beautiful, because that is, right? The fairy tale, the wedding, all that, but just love in general is so beautiful, and, like, it is so important to just make room for it. And like you said, like, that little puppy, like, oh my gosh, like, if dogs could speak, like, I can't imagine, like, what that little puppy must have felt being chosen or being taken, right? Because I know, like, I think about, like, when my dog had puppies and stuff, and when people would come, like, I don't know, I feel like it's like, or even, like, shelter, right? Like, someone picking you and being like, oh, that's the dog I want to take home, or, like, that's the one that I feel for me. And that just, it's so beautiful, you guys. Like, we really, really need to make room for more love in our life, and that includes everywhere, like, giving people a try in love, relationships, giving people a try at church, in your classroom, in your job, like, whatever the case is. Like I said, I've found such beautiful people in my ministry, and there are people where, like, I mean, just one example is this guy that walked in 2 months ago, and I was just like, he's a little goofy, like, I don't know if I'm gonna, like, we'll see how he is, you know, we welcome all, like, okay, it's cool, he wants to be here, he wants to learn more about God, like, that's awesome. But my head was just like, I don't know if, like, you know, I'm gonna be close to him or something, like, it's whatever. And, like, yesterday I had such a beautiful time with him because he was so funny, like, jokes after jokes after jokes, and it was the first time we had more of, like, an intimate hangout with him. So I finally got to, like, kind of, I guess, meet a little bit more of him rather than just, like, mystery guy that just comes here and there and whatnot. And, like, there is so much beauty in him. Like, I was like, me and Angel literally, like, approached him, like, as we were cleaning, and we were like, dude, you need to come more often. Like, you're so funny. Like, you had us laughing, like, the whole night with your jokes. And, like, that goes to show that, like, that's definitely not a guy that Angel would have been like, oh, I'm gonna be friends with, or like, oh, look, meet my best friend. Like, this is, like, we all tend to, like I said, have that, like, vibe, I guess, or people that we want to be around, which is good, but still just being open to, like, at least showing love to others that may. And, like, that was a perfect where we were like, dang, like, we really love this guy. Like, this guy is, like, so dope, and he's so funny, and, like, we definitely want to see him come more often. And I don't know, but maybe just even saying that, like, hey, you need to come more often. Like, you made us laugh. Like, you're so funny. Like, please come to the next ministry hangout. Like, we'd love to have you there. And, like, yeah, those are little things that can just go, like, it's the little things and the love that really, like, make an impact that go a long way. So, yeah, I don't know. I feel like just a really deep love message. Like, please, please, please make room for love, for those around you, and for anything and everything, because we are living in a world where it's more important than ever to show that love.
And, you know, love is so healing. You know, as a professor, I meet so many people and so many personalities. And sometimes I don't align with some personalities. They come off harsh or something like that. But that is something that I always remind myself, no matter how tired I am, or, you know, if my legs hurt because I did a hard workout, I make sure to get up and I sit with that one student that needs that extra help and show them that kindness and that love, because it could be
pivotal for their language learning, right? They could be like, this was their last time they were going to try to learn English. If it wasn't a good experience, then they're quitting, you know? And it's just, and every interaction's like that, you know? I really suggest you to listen to both of those Joel Osteen episodes, hers and mine, because he even gave more examples in my episode, and I'm sure hers as well, of how more ways and examples of how we can show love at the grocery store, at our workplace, with our friends we already love, we already have a bond with. But sometimes, like, you know, you can take your friends for granted. You could take your partner for granted because they're always there. They're always, you know, that they love you, so you don't have to show them or tell them, you know. So it's important to even the people that, you know, are around you. You know, even with my grandma, sometimes I think I'm like, you know, I need to show her a little bit more kindness, a little bit more, you know, because my grandma could be a lot, so I'm a little stern with her. So, but it's important to show that kindness because we don't know the battles that those people are facing every day. We don't know their experiences and why they're acting like that. Like, maybe if they had my experience, like, they wouldn't be acting the way they're acting, you know. So unless, and it's impossible to know people's life experiences. Like, you can hear about it, but to be able to experience it, who knows if you'd be in a worse situation or you'd be a worse person than them. So it's just not us to judge. And it's always important to come in a lens of love. And even, you know, for the wedding planning, of like inviting people who I necessarily don't want there, but I'm trying, that is me practicing forgiveness. That is me trying to practice giving love even when I deem it undeserving. But who am I to say that they're undeserving of that love? Mm-hmm. So that is something that I have been practicing, of like inviting someone to the engagement party that I don't want there, or the wedding or something like that. But, and I know people are going to say, you know, invite who you want, but sometimes, like, you know, everyone else is invited but that one person, and how do you think that makes them feel? Mm-hmm. At least give them that choice to be like, I'm good, I don't need to go, and it's not on you that you left them out, type of thing. I don't know. Just my opinion.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jasmine.
No,
I love this episode.
I know. I love it too.
Probably going to be one of my tops.
Really?
Yeah, maybe.
Ooh.
I have to listen to it again when I edit it.
Yeah.
Because I have a lot of tops.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was a really good message. Thank you.
Yeah. I hope you guys really took something from this episode, this message. And yeah, just one more time, make room for love in your hearts, in your life, with those around you. And please tag someone or share this with someone who may need to hear this message, or that may, you know, inspire them to go sit with that one person in the cafeteria next week or something, you know? So please do that. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to today's episode. We hope you guys have a good start of your May. Stay tuned for next episode. And above all else,
we wish you love.
Bye, friends.